Good afternoon and welcome to the August 9th Park and Rec Commission meeting. We'll start out with a roll call of commissioners. To my far left,
Tim Bastian.
Lunenburg.
Chris Warwick.
Bob Skillings,
Leroy Floor.
Amy Johnson.
Assistant Director Corman.
And Director Tom Schmitz.
thank you. We'll move on. In our agenda, we have to approve it first. Is there a motion to approve our agenda?
I make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on our agenda is approval of minutes from our July 12th meeting. Is there a motion to do so?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve our minutes from our July 12th meeting. Any further discussion?
One little correction. I'm listed as not present last meeting, and I was.
I'll make that correction.
Thank you. So there's been a motion made and seconded to approve the July 12th meeting minutes as amended. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is City Council meetings recap. Director Schmitz.
Thank you very much, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. As usual, there were 2 City Council meetings since our last commission meeting. July 20th saw the City Council authorize an emerald ash borer grant application to the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources to assist with ash tree removals and diverse plantings of new trees. We'll wait and see how that plays out over the coming months. And then they accepted the Lions Club donation of a North Park shelter and also accepted the other donations you recommended they accept. August 3rd saw the City Council name the small grass area around the flagpole in German Park as Veteran Square, and to accept the first 2 donated panels, one honoring all veterans and the other panel honoring Vietnam veterans. That concludes the City Council activity over the past month related to Park and Rec.
Thank you, Director Schmitz. Any questions? We'll move on to the next item on our agenda, which is old business. First up on old business is the renew update. Director Schmitz.
Thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. We are at least 80% complete now at the Recreation Center. I think we all know what the indoor improvements include: a new aquatic center, indoor playground, regional gymnastics center, and an expanded co-located strength and cardio fitness center. Also renovations in the field house. We did open a week ago today the fitness center and the group exercise classes in the new Herbeck room. So the open floor plan fitness center is open 7 days a week to the public. We also opened 2 of the 4 racquetball courts. So the administrative offices are located there as they were in the past. And staff is situated into their new permanent offices in the Recreation Center. So if you haven't been in there, please come in anytime, take a look. If I'm around or Cheryl's around, we'd be more than happy to give you a personal tour and show you how things are coming along. We do anticipate the rest of the building to be completed this autumn.
Thank you, Director Schmitz. Any questions? Okay, we'll move on to the next item on our agenda. Looks like we have some business in this item, which is the German Park Amphitheater.
Yes, thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. The amphitheater continues to be on our desk, and this is an opportunity to move forward with Phase 2. Phase 1 is complete, the base structure of the amphitheater. Phase 2 is the shade structure along the top row. We had bid opening just a week or so ago on July 28th. We did receive 1 bid Our consultant, Bolton and Mink, is reviewing that and checking references and so on. And I anticipate getting a report from Bolton and Mink this week, and pending your action today, placing it onto the city council agenda for their action a week from tomorrow. I think we all know that after 6 years of trying, 3 bienniums, the state of Minnesota deemed it a worthy project and placed $300,000 for the shade structure in the bonding bill up at the legislature last year in the 2020 session. So this is a reimbursable grant through the Department of Employment and Economic Development, DEED. And the one bid that we did open, as you see, is from Ebert Construction out of Corcoran for $285,754.23. So we anticipate the construction completion deadline being later on next year in 2022. Fundraising continues for this Phase 2 and then the future Phase 3, which are improvements to the stage areas, including the historic bandstand. You have in the packet, depictions of the shade structure, and I recommend that you forward this onto the city council for their approval and authorization to award this project pending Bolton and Mink's affirmative review.
Okay, Commission. We will take a vote on whether or not to recommend this bid for the shade structure. Before we do so, we have a new member that joined us. Please announce your name, please.
Laura Evans.
Thank you, Laura. So is there a motion to recommend to the city council that they accept the bid for the shade structure in German Park?
Yeah, I make that motion.
Okay, motions are made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motions are made and seconded to recommend to the city council the bid that we received for the shade structure in German Park. Questions, please? I have a question. Were you surprised, Director Schmitz, that there was only one bid?
Chair Skillings and Commissioners, not necessarily. In fact, there was a potential possibility of receiving 0 bids. Many contractors are busy at this time, and we just weren't sure if we would even receive any bids. There were a few contractors that received the plans off of the website in which the plans are placed. And we kind of thought that maybe Webb Construction out of Mankato would bid, as they were awarded Phase 1 and did that project for us, and we were quite happy with their work. But my understanding is they, as many contractors, are just too busy right now, have their plates full, and so we're very fortunate to have received one bid, actually considered lower than the engineer's estimate. So we're very excited to potentially move forward with this project.
Thank you.
I have a question. On the German Street view, how wide is that actual shade structure, the actual part on top?
It will only cover the top row.
That's it, huh?
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit over, but it really is just the top row, maybe a little bit into the second row. Good question, Commissioner Floor, thank you. With the base project, we were able to put the footings in, so underneath those capstones along the very top fully accessible terrace are the foundations for the pillars, for the columns. There are 4 separate shade structures, independent. They're all metal, maintenance-free type material. Designed by Bolton and Mink and the landscape architect that, went with this. I think we all realized that this was bid out a few years ago, and it was part of a package. The 2 alternates were the shade structure and the second staircase coming down to the flower gardens from German Street. The city council chose to add those staircase, that second set of staircase, but the city council did not authorize awarding the alternate at that time, which would have included the shade structure. So that's why we had to rebid it a couple years later.
So you must not, height-wise, it must not be overly high either, right? Because we're not gonna get much shade onto the actual, except for the top row, right? That's what you're actually seeing.
Correct, but come late, mid to late afternoon, it will really help. Morning, it's an east-facing facility, so morning and noon, the amphitheater is potentially a very warm site. But by mid-afternoon, when the evening concerts are, there will be some very nice shade coming in with the shadowing in the sunset to the west.
Any other questions? If not, then we have a motion and second to recommend this, accepting this bid. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign, motion carries. Next item on our agenda is new business, and that would be a bench donation that we need to recommend to the city council. Director Schmitz?
Thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. You have before you a recommendation to move on to the City Council to accept the donation of a proposed Lindsay Overbay Memorial Bench and authorize its installation in the flower garden of German Park as depicted in the packet. Here's a depiction of the maintenance-free bench. It's the recycled plastic material routed in letters. And it'll be a surface mount on concrete footings in kind of the New Ulm northwest quadrant of the garden. Yeah, as you see here, it's right where this bench that the cursor is on. So it'll be facing the angel fountain. And there's potential to replace these other three benches with similar memorial benches in the future. So I would recommend that you forward this on to the City Council to accept this kind and generous donation.
Is there a motion to do so?
I'll motion to recommend it to the city council.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to recommend the acceptance of the bench donation to the city council. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign, motion carries. Next item on our agenda is the department activity report that all of you should have received. So we need a motion and second to receive and order filed.
A motion to file it.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to receive and order filed the July 2021 Department Activity Report. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign, motion carries. And with there being, well, I guess, is there anything under staff report?
Chair Skillings and Commissioners, I have nothing additional to add except for the final note here in our agenda packet, and that is the fact that next month at our September meeting, the 13th, we're also anticipating a short meeting so that we can move right into a budget capital improvement plan work session here in this room that needs to be completed by a little after 5 p.m. because the Sister Cities Commission will be meeting in here at 5:15 next month. So that's what we'll plan on unless the commission directs me otherwise. That's all I have to report.
Thank you. Any commissioners have anything? Our next meeting is September 13th at 4 p.m. p.m. in the City Hall Council chambers. With there not being no further business, declare the meeting adjourned.